Dan Henderson and Shogun. Wow, that's a good one. Shogun's really come back off of a couple losses and really looking great. Dan's going to come off of the knockout from Vitor, who we were just talking about. Just depends on what mean animal Dan shows up. You know, I'm going to have to go with Shogun on this fight simply because he's got great skills moving backwards and knocking guys out when he's moving backwards, and Henderson is great at coming forward. So you can count on Henderson coming forward, and you can count on Shogun returning fire on the offense, on the defense rather. So I'm going to call Shogun on that one.
I'm going to go Shogun, man. Shogun, people don't know Shogun was my idol growing up. Like, that's who I molded myself after, you know. Shogun's a beast. Honestly, the last fight was great, but I thought Shogun got it. I think he should have got it, so I'm going Shogun.
I'm a Dan Henderson fan. He's a wrestler. He's been in the game for a long time, so I'm gonna root for Dan.
I'm gonna go with Shogun just because Shogun's on a bit of a, you know, he's coming off a good win and he's feeling good. So I'm gonna pick Shogun for that. I like Dan Henderson. He's a wrestler, but I'm gonna take Shogun.
I gotta go with my man Hendo. Hendo, my boy. Yeah, I think Hendo gonna put in work. I mean, after that first fight that he had, it was a good fight. But I think Hendo gonna be ready for this fight, so I got Hendo.
Shogun and Dan Henderson is gonna be a great fight. I mean, Shogun. The thing about Shogun, he's not. I don't feel Shogun's consistent. So when he fights, you don't know which Shogun's gonna come out. Sometimes you have Shogun, best in the world Shogun. Sometimes you have Shogun, top 10 Shogun. But I think that fight. The big thing Dan Henderson has, he has that right. If Shogun could avoid that heavy right or left, or if southpaw orthodox, what he is, I think Shogun has the fight. If he could avoid that punch, which in the past it's been hard to do with a lot of fighters.
You know, I'm a big Dan Henderson fan, but I'm also an old school Pride fan. So, you know, I love Shogun, I love Henderson. I love to see Henderson drop the H-bomb, you know, but I also like, you know, his takedown game. So I'm rooting for Henderson, but, you know, I really wouldn't be mad if Shogun pulled it off either.
Hey, this is Ariane Celeste.
This is Uriah Faber.
This is Glover Teixeira.
This is Dan Henderson. You're watching MMA Interviews.
MMA Interviews.
You're watching MMAinterviews.tv.